Two cousins taking different life paths discuss the highs and lows of being in your 30s, and nothing is off limits. This is Life in Your 30s. This is 30 Old, 30 Young.
Hello and welcome back to Season 3 of 30 Old, 30 Young.
We're back.
I know the holiday blues are probably creeping in now. Everyone's returning back to work and it's rubbish, but we're hopefully here to turn it all around.
We have got some good news.
Oh. We have? Good, I need it.
I mean, the nights are starting to get lighter now.
Sure. But I'm spending the days at work again. So, it's not a silver lining, I suppose. But we are going to take this episode forward with talking about New Year's resolutions, of course. You know Charlotte's all about New Year, New Me, and she's dragging me into it as well.
Oh, God. Give over. As if you love a bit
all
of this.
All this reflection nonsense. It's all Charlotte, but
I like to... there now. I'm changing you.
Yeah. Wearing me down, I think is the term. But we will talk about our resolutions. Well, mostly today, we're going to talk about yours.
And a bit of yours as well.
Maybe I'll have a dabble.
Yeah.
So.
It's not all about me.
Take the wheel.
Oh, God's sake.
What is your main focus this year? Like, are you... I'm done. I've completed life. I'm solid. I'm happy with where I'm at.
I'm done.
This is it. This is me.
Absolutely not.
No?
No.
Not a fan of The Greatest Showman? This is me?
I mean, do you know what? I can't complain.
But you still do.
But I still do.
Okay, fine.
But no, what I'm trying to say is that imagine if you just stayed the same until you died.
Well, that's a lot of people.
No, it's not.
Yeah, you stay the same. Well, it depends. You could be one way when you're 60 and you do a load of changing and you end up kind of being the same way when you're 90 and you die.
Just as long as you're happy, then that's cool.
That's it.
I don't know. I want a bit more from life at the minute.
Well, how are you doing it though? How are you smashing it?
Well, do you know what? I was thinking quite a lot over the Christmas break.
Mm-hmm.
Thinking, what do I actually want from 2025?
Okay.
And I think what I'm going to do is one of my New Year's resolution is to basically just enjoy the year.
Vague? Is that too vague for a thing?
No, because I'm just going to be checking into myself.
Number one resolution, enjoy it.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's literally it.
How do you quantify that?
If I'm happy, if I wake up every day, and if I'm happy, and if I'm not, what do I need to change?
Do you have anything now that you need to change in order to start that enjoyment ball rolling?
Well, yes. So, obviously in 2024, I was very much like whatever princess wants, princess gets.
Is Princess you or is that Maisie?
It's me and Maisie.
Okay.
But she doesn't really ask for much at all. She's quite easygoing.
Okay.
But basically, I was just having fun. So, I wasn't really saving much, only very little.
Mm-hmm.
And I think next year I want to see a massive level up.
Okay.
So obviously I've set a goal that I want to achieve next year. I've set out how I'm going to do that. And, financial thing is always on people's New Year's resolution.
So this isn't... So kind of like a subcategory to enjoying it is... The B thing is what's going to help you enjoy it is to be more financially sound. Or financially aware. Because,
Because I don't since I've been on this journey that I keep going on about most episodes.
It's a journey, yeah.
It's a journey.
Uh-huh.
Just eat, love, pray. But since I've been on this... Eat, pray, love. One of my favourite films, I don't even know what it's called. Oh. Anyway, so obviously since I've been on this journey, I have always focused on my finances.
Yeah.
And I've been very, very good. And every New Year's, I've set that as a target, where I didn't last year.
Oh, yeah, so you had a rogue year.
I was just like, do you know what? I'm just going to enjoy it. I'm not going to put too much stress on myself because when I'm dedicated to saving, I'm very dedicated. I'm very strict.
Smash it.
I'm strict.
No takeouts.
No, you don't have takeouts. I told you I wanted to be happy next year.
Okay. Oh, so they're conflicting. So where will you save the money? Like, where will you pull back?
So
Because there's loads of obvious ones, isn't there?
So I've gone through all my finances.
Right.
Saving about £200 a month.
Nice.
Okay, so starting first to make sure that I'm paying everything out at a good price.
What have you binned off?
It's not so much billing off, it's just reviewing everything, like insurances. I have insurances for everything.
Don't get me started on.
So, yeah, and they're wankers.
They are.
They charge a lot, so
you got life insurance?
Absolutely, I've got it all, Jake.
If
you come to me and tell me, have you got insurance? I've got it.
And it's crazy, isn't it? Because I was thinking today, because I had got my life insurance renewal.
Yeah.
And it came through, and it's stupid money because I've got it index linked. So basically, the payout gets bigger the more years, so covering inflation.
Yeah.
And I did this when I was 16 with Dad. I remember going to Nationwide, sat there at 16, when I could have been enjoying my weekend, and we talked about how soon I'm going to die, basically.
And that's the last time you reviewed it?
No, that's when I got it, and then it's index linked, so it's been going up and up and up since I was 16.
Yes.
Now I get all these adverts from, like, insure yourself from, like, £2.50 a month or whatever, blah, 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 blah. And mine's like 70 quid a month I'm paying for the insurance. So I'm being done because of the index link. It's going up and up and up. And I just think, and this is all hindsight, obviously, if I just not insured myself, because I was young, I was 16, if I just not insured myself and put that money away and put it to something like Bitcoin.
Yes.
Well, this is why I went down a little rabbit hole today. I was saying, like, so I was paying 25 quid when it first started, blah, 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 when Bitcoin was also 25 quid. So if I just put it into that, I'd have about £40 million today. But instead, I've just paid out like 12 grand over the years in insurance. And I'm 31. Like, what was I doing insuring myself at 16?
I mean, I don't get why you did that.
Yeah, was there a murder conspiracy on me? What was Dad trying to do?
Uncle David, what was that?
Get me insured for 250k at 16. Like, he has been acting up lately.
He was just keeping his finances in check. When it did happen to you, and you'll get a payout. It's like Maisie. If she dies, I'll get a payout for her.
You got a target on her head.
No, absolutely not.
What's the payout?
I don't know. It's about 200 something.
Oh.
No, actually, it might be more than that. I don't know, but I get paid out. If she dies, I'll get a payout. But you're going to live forever, aren't you, princess?
Yeah, and that money's never coming.
Keep your money. I don't want it.
Yeah, okay. So you're sorting that out, bringing all that down, because, like we said, I think we mentioned it in the last episode. If you don't review it, they will mug you off as much as they can. God.
And then, like I said, in 2024, there were some things that went up, and I just couldn't be arsed. I didn't have the energy, because when you'd be doing when you'd be going through all your finances and all your insurances, or your policies, or this, that, and the other. It takes time to do, and sometimes you think, I can't be arsed. And I didn't have the energy last year to even be doing that, where this year I'm taking control of it again. Nice. And I'm like, do you know what? That's it. So that's one of my goals. And to be honest, when I've done it in the past, I've always achieved it. Like, always achieved my financial goals.
Lovely.
So it's just, I've set my targets, I've done different bits and bobs, which I can go over on a later episode if we wanted to go do like a financing.
I think people would like a finance episode. People love a bit of numbers.
So that's one of my goals.
So boom, enjoy it. Save some money by not being mugged off. There's two quite, you quantified enjoy it quite well. The money savings, pretty easy to like follow, to actually like see how well you're doing. Third one,
more trips to Italy.
Of course.
Like, save money. More trips to Italy.
Yeah, how are they going to work?
No, I'm only joking.
Oh, you're saving, in the saving money?
You can budget, you can still live life.
Well, let's face it, you're saving £200 a month, that's basically a flight to Italy.
There you go.
So, and it's, you save for 3 months, you got a flight and
when you budget, right, when you budget, it doesn't mean you're not going to keep enjoying life, because you can.
Mm-hmm.
You'd be surprised at how much money you actually get once you do start budgeting. It's unreal.
Oh yeah, if you're earning, you start to see.
Yeah, if you're earning, yeah,
of course. So
it's not the same if I do get that.
It does start to but it's always, I'm always like rainy day funds. That's kind of like my bank account always looks a bit sad because I have my rainy day funds dotted about. I've got little pots that I put money into that I'm like, we can dip into that if we need it. We can dip into that, and so my current account is always like, can we have some? I'm like, no, you can have enough for a meal deal tomorrow, and then we can sort you out when I get paid on Friday. It's one of those things, and so because then I can dip in if needs be. Like when the wedding came about, we could have a little dip in. When nursery fees come about, and they come around every month, it turns out. Have a little dip in the nursery pot, you know? So it's a bit rubbish spending it on stuff like that, but it's rubbish spending on that, but I've got it, and that's nice. Yes, exactly. And that's always the position I want to be in, you know, where that can come out of that account, and I don't have to be like checking it and making sure it's there, it's ready to go. And that's when my enjoy it kicks in big time.
I get that.
Yeah.
So I also want to do a bit more writing, because that's something else that I've just dipped off in 2024.
Yeah.
So I'm going to be a bit more strict with that, because I was really good at one point and then just completely fell off the bandwagon last year. And it wasn't again. Did I set a target for it last year? Can't remember what year actually. Was it the year before? Was it last year?
Are you going to join a club, a little creative writing class? What you're trying to write? Are you writing psalms? Are you writing little poems, or is it more like long form? Is it a novel?
I'm writing a story.
A story, like a fiction, non-fiction. I know he's
based on a true story, maybe with a bit added.
With a little bit, yeah, because most true stories are pretty boring, so you need to add a little bit of something.
Yes, but anyway, that's what I really want to do next
year.
Okay, do a bit
nice.
More writing. So
are you going to do? Have you set like a? Because the way
day, yeah,
this is it. The way my brain works, I need to be like
structured.
Yeah, so if I go right, I want to write more. I have to be like, if I can write 100 words a day, by the time you finish the year,
but
you've
then
got whatever math that is.
Yeah, but then even if you're like saying I'll do 200 words a day, but there again, it's like, well, you're not actually scheduling that in. So sometimes when life happens and you're really busy, you might not get those words done because you've not actually scheduled a time slot to do it.
So you're a time slot type. You're saying
so could you do that then? You could say like a limit, say, right, I want to do 200 words today.
Yeah. No. So I would be like, like if I wanted to write something, I just realised my maths earlier when I said 5,200 for the year is completely wrong. It would be 36,500, which is a lot of words.
Yeah.
And it might be absolute dross, because it will be. It'd be first draft. But yeah, if I go, I want to write 100 words a day, I would just have a notebook handy, and I'd just keep going to that notebook and then writing out. Obviously, you can't really count 100 words, but or a page a day. Something like this.
Yeah.
This geezer, a page a day, you'd fill out a few of these in a year, go back and realise it's utter shite.
See, for me, I've got to actually schedule it in, because then I know I can't do anything there. It's like literally blanked out my diary.
But will you do that every day? So like 7 till 7:30 you'd have...
No, I wouldn't. Oh, no way. No.
No, because that's mad.
I don't have enough time in the week.
Yeah.
By the time I finish work, then I go to the gym. By the time you have dinner, it's like 11:30.
And 11:30 till 12. Tippy-tappy.
Then I'm like...
Tippy-tappy, write my book.
At that point, and then on social media scrolling.
It's mental. Like when you hear about like authors and stuff like that, it's just, you realise for a lot of them, you just get zero, you just no sleep. You just go outside of your work. Because I always remember that, like because obviously went to uni, did creative writing, wanted to be a writer.
Is that what you did?
Yeah, did film, TV.
Is that what you did in America?
Yeah, I did like film studies over there, as well as screenwriting. So I did that. Obviously, I don't have the I didn't have it in me to do the whole writing thing. Yeah. But whenever I say I'm going to do it, I always think like, well, I can't do it because of this, and I do make up the excuses as to why I can't do it. And there's this cartoon I saw. It was like a one of those slides where it's bit by bit, where this guy's like, I just want to write this book, but I haven't got the right table or whatever. And he buys a new table. Then he goes, oh God, if the kids didn't stop bloody screaming, I could write this book. So he finds another room to go into, and then my wife's on at me about I want to get, and then so he ends up moving into a new apartment by himself, moves out, leaves his wife and kids, and he's sat watching TV while his pen and paper are on his new table doing nothing.
Yeah.
Because I remember one of my final pieces of work was a short story about a man who was making up every excuse as to why he couldn't write the short story. So very meta. Yeah, absolutely. Your chair's too high, chair's too low, pen's not the right size. You will come up with every excuse. But if you're setting aside time and you're like, Sunday 2 till 3.
Exactly.
Bosh.
There you go.
Okay. I look forward to reading it.
Yeah, so that's another thing. And obviously journaling as well. So Holly bought me a journal book and I love this journal. It's so good. I've been using it quite a lot.
Is it a prompt journal or is it just free flow?
It's like a prompt one, so
nice.
You've got to do like little bits and bobs. So I quite like that. So I've been doing a bit of journaling as well, but yeah, so a bit of actual writing.
And that's
I want to go back to.
That'll be good to like get the juices flowing anyway. Like that gets you back into the flow of writing. Yeah. Gets the muscles in the hands working. Oh, you a writer or a typer?
What does Man v Fat mean to you?
Lose weight and enjoy a game of football.
Mental health, camaraderie.
Friends, football, fat loss.
Reverse my diabetes.
Big, sweaty, fun.
Life-changing football.
Better and healthy lifestyle.
Good competitive sport.
Teamwork, banter and weight loss.
Create a winning mentality to lose fat.
Hard work regime and football.
It means sustainable weight loss.
Don't let the boys down and don't let yourself down.
Man v Fat. Weigh, play, lose, win.
Typer. But I do like writing as well, but then sometimes, when you write and then it gets messy, doesn't it? Because you're writing so fast and a bit crazy.
Yeah, you look a bit unhinged, yeah.
Yeah, so typer.
So you're a typer. The problem is when I'm a typer, I'm like, I see that, little Safari logo down the bottom, I'm like, oh, that's... if I'm writing a story, I'll be like, oh, what's her... Oh, this... and a girl entered, and I'm like, what's her name? Oh, let's go find a name. Oh, a name. Oh, that girl. What was that girl in that? And I find myself... Well, because the most easily distracted I ever am is when I should be doing something. Everything's more entertaining.
Take the internet off.
I do. Well, that is why I bought that green laptop. Was purely for
editing.
Word. It was purely for Word and Celtex, which is the screenwriting software. Yeah. And slowly but surely, it's somehow all these other apps have come on, and like Netflix. It's disgusting. Oh, and it's ended up stopping my writing dreams, and I've been watching Netflix and going on the internet.
See, for me, I don't really...
It also frees all the fucking time.
Because I've worked from home so much, and I've had to be like, that's what I do all day, every day, so I've got control over that.
Yeah, that is like training for it. Cause, there's always something that looks way more entertaining than tapping away at a white page. But then, that's the whole thing, like nothing feels better than having worked out.
Yeah.
I always had it like, especially back at uni, nothing feels better than having written. Like when you get to the end of a draft and you're like, fuck, I've done that. Yeah. You scroll up and you're like, hang on.
Because sometimes you put it off, don't you? It's like the gym. Mm-hmm. But then it's like, once you've achieved something, the happiness you get from it, that's what you've got to try and remember, is that once it's done, you're only going to feel shit if you don't do it.
And if you do something and it does feel shy, then it's probably not the thing you want to be doing anyway. Yeah. And just quit.
Exactly.
That's my motivational speech. If it's still crap when you finish it, don't bother.
Wow, just try again.
yeah, that's a good one. That might be better. Okay, so we've got is that 3 or 4? That's 3? 4. Journaling, writing, enjoy it, and money.
And I want to get out there a bit more.
Where are you going out though?
I just want to get out there a bit more.
What, going out?
Getting out.
Clubbing.
Get down to the clubs.
No, what, you got no fucking time.
I'm joking.
I should be writing.
But no, I just mean I definitely want to get out a bit more because my job at the minute is very admin heavy. I want to be meeting more people. So with work, I want to be trying to make sure that I am getting out and about, doing a bit more.
Doing a bit more, what, outside work socialising or inside work socialising?
Inside work. So I'm on about my career.
Yeah, so finding new clients, finding new...
This year.
This
all feel like I'm in 2024.
I know. So you wanted like just really drive home some new clients, meet new people.
Yeah, so I'm going to be focusing quite a lot on my career in 2025.
Nice. So yeah, that's, and then how will you structure that? Is that because of like you're just looking at like promotions and stuff like that?
I don't know.
I mean, I suppose that's one of the only.
As long as I'm happy doing what I'm doing, then it's good.
If you land that lead and you're like
exactly
fist pump, happy days. That didn't look like a fist pump. The angle I just did that. Yeah, no. So that's 5 solid. You got more?
No, that's it.
Because that is one of the things they do say. Because I was looking into
doing too many.
But if you pick out too many, you're just going to drag. I mean, there is a lot there.
Yeah, but this is actually...
But they are kind of like separate.
Do you know what? These are my normal... Every year these have been the same kind of resolutions, other than last year.
But like... So, start of 2024, you went, I want to write more.
No, apart from last year.
Oh.
So
2024 was your like wild card year? You were just like, fuck it, see what happens.
I think I felt a bit lost last year.
I don't remember New Year last year. I don't remember resolutions. That's it, I don't remember. What did we do?
Were you? Oh no, you weren't there.
That's it.
You were at home.
I have no idea what happened last New Year. Didn't make any resolutions. Just cracked on.
Yeah, see, I did, but I didn't really make them. Yeah, I don't know. I felt a bit lost last year, and I was a bit fed up. I just wasn't right in the right headspace. Where this year, I'm back, baby.
You're locked in. She's ready.
Yeah.
Fair enough. I mean, yeah, it's taking on too many at once is an issue. But I suppose some of yours you've got that are linked, like the journaling to the writing's good.
Yeah.
The meeting new clients to the money saving's good. And then all of that, do those 4, number 1 will come in. Joy, joy, joy. Happy, happy, happy.
Yeah, exactly.
That's the plan, anyway.
Yeah, no, it's going to happen. So what we're going to do...
Yeah, you've got some stats and stuff, right?
Well, yeah, I've got some stats, but what I think we should do, so tonight, what we're going to do is we're going to write... I started this back in 2012 when I was at DHL, and I said to the team, I was like, right, everybody write down what you want to achieve this year, put it in an envelope, and I'll give it back to you at the end of the year. Okay. So that's what we're doing tonight. Okay, I like it. Are we going to tell these geezers what we're doing, or is it going to stay in an envelope on the side, and we reveal it? Well, they kind of know anyway, but from what we're just saying, but we can put whatever we want in there. Let's do a secret resolution. We can do secret ones, nice. And then we'll come back to them at the end of the year. Cool. I'll keep them on. And these guys will wait with bated breath for our envelope. They're like, countdown time. Come on. End 2025. I need to know what's in that bloody envelope. Jake wants to do more painting. Okay, cool. But no, the stats, which is quite funny. So guess how many people fail. Okay, I'm just going to tell you. Guess how many people fail? Let's just go to it. So 80% of people... I was going to guess. Well, 80% of people... I was going to guess 95, but yeah. Okay, 80% of people fail their New Year's resolution. And when do you reckon they do that by? Within January? No. December 31st, the first year. End of February. And if that makes sense. Yeah. That makes sense. And only 8% of people... follow through. By the end of the year. 8%. I mean, I don't know how they calculate this, but... Yeah, I mean... Yeah, I know, I fully get that, because, once again, I think some people make ridiculous ones that are just so hard to achieve that it's like, what are you even talking about? Like, if I said I want to be in space, by the end of it, I don't. That terrifies me. But if I said that, like, I want to build a rocket and fly to space. Jesus. I want to build a rocket and fly to space. By the end of 2025, I'm going to be one of the 92% that don't make it. I mean, if you've had the brain power to do it and you know how to do it, then you could. No. But yeah, you've got to do things that, even if it's just minimal things, isn't there? Anything. Just, some people might... Wow, do you think some people do actually like just staying where they are and not doing anything? Yeah, because I think that's a harder thing to achieve. Yeah, but do you think... No, it's not. Yeah, absolutely. Why not doing anything? No, because... Not to do anything, not in like I don't know, I'm all the negative things anybody can be, and I'm not going to make any changes. That's a bad person, right? If you've got some bigoted, xenophobic person who's like, I'm happy with how I am, I'm not going to change, I'm going to stay a piece of shit, that's a bad person. But if someone goes, do you know what? I love my job, I love my house, I love everything that's happening right now. If my life stays like this for the next 30 years... 40 years, I'll be so happy. Like, do you think there's I don't think there's a problem with that. Yeah, but do you think there's actually a person out there that doesn't even want to tweak something, even if it's more time with their friends, their family? Of course. Surely there's you can't have everything. No, surely. But it will be all their resolutions will be leaning into what they already have. Yeah. Like so many people but some people their resolutions are always leaning away from where they are now rather than leaning into what they are, right? So if someone's really happy, they've got their wife, their kids, and their resolution is to like, tell you what, I'm going to go down to 4 days a week at work so I can spend more time with the kids. Yeah. They're leaning into who they are already. Whereas if they go, I tell you what, I spend a lot of time with these kids, I'm going to spend a day off work doing a hobby away from them, because I want to get into shape. I'm going to start going to the gym every night rather than putting the kids to bed because I want to get into shape. And so what they do is they value getting into shape over spending time with their kids. They lean away from what's currently making them happy.
Does that make sense?
I think so.
Yeah. So I think there are people whose resolutions lean into who they are, and it just improves who they are without having to make such a drastic change away from the life they currently live. Like, because a lot of people's New Year's resolution will be like, I just want to move to Australia. You know, I'm not happy with the life I've got here. I want to make a big old change, and that's what they go and do. And that is a big step away from who they are now. But there's a very good chance that they'll go to Australia and they'll still be who they are, but they'll just be in Australia.
Yeah.
And they won't make any of the other changes that they may need to make, or they'll miss the things they did have and they didn't realise until they pissed off. Yeah. Or it'll be a great move and they'll be like, oh my God, I can start complete fresh. And they hit the ground running and they lean away from the person that they're leaving behind. Because some people do need to leave the person behind that they are, but other people really do need to see the qualities that they already have and lean into them.
100%.
Which I think is harder to do because there's, especially with this world of social media now, you are constantly like, why are you so shit? Look how good we all are. Why are you so shit settling with what you're doing? And it's really easy to fall into the trap and be like, God, yeah, I am. Why am I not? Why am I not in my own helicopter right now? Why am I not, in the Maldives with my kids? Why do they have to be in Derby? What have I done wrong? But I could look back in 30 years and be like, fuck, I had it all. What was I doing? What was I pissing around with when I could have been leaning into what I already had?
Yeah.
And that is the problem.
Yeah, because I have actually put on here, I put enjoying the year and I've put gratitude. So that's what I have actually put on there.
So to
appreciate everything I've got in my
life.
life.
And if you're starting to appreciate everything in your life and you realise, hang on, there's this one thing that's stopping me from being able to appreciate it, that's the thing you change.
Well, that's it. Because, sometimes it can be people around you who are like, oh, well, they can say something to you like, oh, like that can plant seeds to make you doubt how you are feeling.
For sure.
And I think that's something to kind of change if someone is doing that to you and you're feeling that you're not, you can't appreciate where you are because someone's whispering in your ear.
Oh, yeah, because the worst thing you could ever have is a friend who's like, you could go, oh, I just got, I don't know, promoted at work, and they go, God, you're still working there?
Yeah.
Because that's a dickhead. Yeah. And you don't need them around because it's like, yeah, because I know we're in the gig economy now. People are chopping and changing, doing different jobs to like, no one really stays in the same job for 50 years anymore. Everyone kind of like jumps from job to job.
It'd be nice if you could.
That's it though. And it would be nice if you could lay those roots and really like work yourself up in a company where you are happy during the time in the company, not you're miserable for 50 years and you get to the end of it.
Happy,
that's it. And you work your way up, but that doesn't really happen anymore because you will have people who be like, have you looked, And obviously, if your job's taking the piss out of you and they keep you around for 30 years because they're paying you nothing, fine.
It's just different, yeah.
But it's this. I genuinely think we have like an endemic of people who are unable to be content with themselves.
I do agree with that.
Yeah,
I do agree with it. It's like like right now, like being single.
Yeah,
it's the same. Like people are like, well, it plants seeds that sometimes you can be lonely. But I'm like, do you know what? Like
that is a whole challenge. Yeah,
it's like I've got freedom. I've got all of this, that, and the other, and I've got nobody. Literally, I've got this little space around me. The maze is obviously in.
Of course.
That I'm like, if I'm in this bubble on our own, I am content.
Mm-hmm.
It's like I've got no one who can disturb my peace.
Yeah.
Like, there's a lot of people around me who can do that, but in my little bubble, there's no one.
Mm-hmm.
But sometimes if you've got, people saying things like, oh, I don't know, like, I can't think of an example.
The standard.
If someone says, oh, I can't wait for you to get married. I'm like,
I can't. Oh, are you sure? Like, look, I've got.
When are you going to start dating?
Yeah.
Oh, well, that means you're going to be on your own. Like, oh, your clock's ticking. All these little things. And I'm like, whoa, like, back off. Like, I mean, just getting those thoughts away from me.
That's it, yeah.
And it says, if some people around you can plant seeds, but you've got to literally shut out the noise and really sit with yourself and think, am I happy? What's making me happy? And that's what I do constantly. I'm always having check-ins.
Yeah.
But this year, I kind of like, there was things, obviously, it was hard because I have taken myself away from some people because of different things. And that has been quite hard to deal with because, I still like them and stuff.
Oh yeah, you're still it's never easy to do it. You'll always have memories and, relationships don't just You can't
but it's like family as well.
Yeah, you can't just walk away from it and just poofs away and you forget about it.
Yeah, so it's like, say family, for instance, you've got any family and they're not like in your corner or they're not supporting you or whatever.
Yeah.
Like
it's hard because you can't. I mean, that's the premise of that Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind film, is that Jim Carrey gets dumped by Kate Winslet and he can't get past it. Like he's trying to, but he can't get past it. So he hires a company to erase her from his memory. Because that's the only way you can do it, is just to completely forget about it. And obviously that doesn't exist in real life. So you can't just do that. And it may be the easiest way. You have to, you have to live with it until...
learn how to live with it.
Yeah.
It's like if someone dies and stuff, you never get over it.
Yeah,
it's part of your DNA, isn't it?
Yeah, it's someone...
You've got to live with it.
If it's someone you always used to like pick up the phone to talk to, like if you had a problem with something, you would pick up the phone to call them. You will habitually, even when they've passed, pick up the phone to give them a ring and go, oh, obviously can't, whatever. So it's learning to live with the loss, whether that loss is a permanent one or whether it's just it's for now.
Yeah.
You know, it's learning to live with it and grow around it and protecting your bubble at the same time. Because otherwise, if you let them back in too soon, it's more for yourself.
Exactly.
You know.
It's like this year in 2025, I feel like I've got my strength back again.
Nice.
After 2 years of like trying to sort everything out, I've got to this point when 2025, I'm not letting people have control of my happiness anymore.
Nice.
Like if they don't deserve to be in my life or whatever, and I'm not happy with them, I'm taking that control back now because I'm not going to let it waste another minute.
Solid. They're solid. You got solid resolutions. And your resolutions aren't you. I do think you're leaning into who you are now.
Oh, 100%. I'm happy. Like,
well, no, because in the episode,
hair, guys, I'm like full on wild,
full frizzy. No, but in the episode, you said, "Is anyone actually, content with themselves?" And
no, but
I said leaning in, and that's what you're doing.
Yeah, but even like you can still be content with yourself, but know that you want to do little changes.
Of course,
so you're still leaning into yourself, like you said, but you're doing little changes. Yeah.
Yeah, you want to change with life, and not necessarily let life change you. That kind of thing.
Yeah.
You want to roll. You want to be able to take on the new challenges and not kind of settle.
Yeah.
That kind of thing. I get that because it can feel like maturing. Being an adult can just feel like settling a lot of the time anyway. But also being content feels like settling, and that's the battle you have. Am I happy with where I'm at now, or should I be doing something else? And you have to kind of flip between those lines, and it's hard.
Yeah.
But, and we'll go into it next episode. I have a completely different angle to my New Year's resolutions.
Can't wait to hear this one.
Yeah, yours are... I mean, I'm not going to lie, when you first told me about your resolution, I thought yours were going to be like, I want to be running a marathon by the time I'm, by November. I want to be like really...
exhausted already just thinking
yeah, exactly. I thought, but, being fulfilled and all that lot and the money, yours are attainable. But what I've done is something different.
See, I think it's keep building that solid foundation.
Yeah.
That's my whole focus is that foundation.
Gives you a push-off point,
Yeah.
That's it.
I can't wait to hear yours. It sounds exciting.
Well, you tune in next week and you will hear them because I've got 5. I got 5 solid ones.
Yeah.
I know I said don't have too many because you won't be able to do them all. But mine,
if you feel you can, you can.
The way I'm doing it, I'm going to bosh them all.
You do what you do, you honey.
God, I hate that. So, thanks for listening this week, guys. If you are with Patreon, stay listening because there will be some bonus content after this. We're going to talk about, well, we'll let the Patreon people know a little bit of a tease. Oh, I don't even need to add sound effects. So, stay on if you're Patreon. If not, why not? Rude. And we'll see everyone else next week.
Oh, thanks so much, everyone. Ciao.
Ciao. Ciao, 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 ciao.
Thanks for listening. We know time is precious and we thank you for yours. Please like and subscribe, and we'll see you next week.